in life. Good evening and welcome to Bid for Hope. I'm Suzanne Ploger, Director of Development at Journeys the Road Home. While this year's event is certainly not our usual festive gala event, our intent remains the same: to showcase the impact your support has made for our agency and in our shared communities. In addition to that, also, we want to provide you opportunities to bid on wonderful auction packages, perhaps find a new favorite bottle of wine in the wine pull, and take a chance to win in the Split the Pot raffle. All with one goal in mind: to raise much appreciated funding for programs and services to assist those most in need in our community, especially now as more and more people are finding themselves in need of assistance. And rest assured, we are very much looking forward to being back together in person next year for the 25th annual Bid for Hope Gala event. So whether you're watching live this evening or the recorded event at a later time, thank you so much for joining us. Before we get things started, we have just a few housekeeping items. If you already bought an event ticket, be sure to set up your GiveSmart account. You should have received an email with instructions on how to set this up. The left link button on the GiveSmart site will bring you to the auction items: wine pull, Fundacause, and raffle ticket purchases. The right link button is set up your account to bid on items. Credit card information will be asked for, but nothing will be charged until final purchases and closeouts are made when the auction ends on Sunday at 6 p.m. If you have not bought a ticket yet, there's still time to participate. The auction and raffle tickets will be available until Sunday at 6, and event tickets to access the auction site can be purchased at any time until then on our website. Raffle tickets and Fundacause will also be available to purchase directly through our website. If you have any questions, you can email events@journeystheroadhome.org, and we will also be monitoring the comments on YouTube during the live stream event. Next, we're going to have a special welcome video from Beth Neighbors, our Executive Director.
Disabled participating share.
One second, we're trying to do a little video fixing. It's sharing, go.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Welcome. My name is Beth Neighbors, and I'm the Executive Director of Journeys the Road Home. I've had the pleasure of operating this organization for the last 21 years. Thank you for being part of tonight's virtual event, and thank you for your efforts to make this evening possible. But most important, thank you for being dream creators, for those who have come to believe that dreams are not meant for them. I would like each of you to take a moment and think of someone who has always been there for you. Someone who gets you out of a jam when you find yourself in one. What would happen if they weren't there? Where would you turn? When COVID hit, every person who was sheltered with Journeys asked that very question: where can we turn? They learned quickly that they could rely on Journeys. Tonight, I reflect on the 100 people who are now safely housed in hotels during this pandemic because of Journeys. You see, an awesome thing happened at Journeys when the country faced this crisis. We pulled together in a way that was truly amazing. In a space of less than 2 weeks, we completely rebuilt our service delivery model. We moved seamlessly, and our clients trusted us to protect them. When I come into work each day, I am painfully reminded that not everyone has that person in their life to help build the needed foundation of trust and confidence in order to be successful. Someone to support without judgment. someone to motivate when it's hard to remember capabilities. And because of that, I'm so thankful for Journeys, for our staff and our board of directors, for the volunteers and donors, because we have become that foundation builder for so many. I think we can all agree. We can find no social or moral justification, no justification whatsoever for a lack of housing. Homelessness affects every single community across the country. Did you know that at least 1 in 200 people in this country sleep outdoors or do not have a secure home? At Journeys, when we meet people who are struggling and in desperation, we see the very human face in front of us, etched with fear, lack of trust, and sadness that has overcome them as they deal with the outrageousness of being homeless. At Journeys, we provide creative interventions and programming not typically offered elsewhere. We know what really works for our local towns and what programs allow for the largest positive impact. Unfortunately, the need for our services continues to grow, and tonight's virtual gala provides a wonderful opportunity to help us meet demand, to assure that there is always room at the inn. As Journeys tries to stretch resources so that we can not only reduce homelessness, but actually end homelessness in our shared communities, we are aware that we cannot do this alone. Thank you again for joining us tonight and for choosing Journeys to do the work in your community that you want to see done. We take our role seriously, and we promise to put your generosity to good use. Enjoy tonight, and please get ready to open your hearts and your wallets so that everyone coming to Journeys for help can proudly move from a pad on the floor to a home with a door. Thank you. Welcome. My name is Beth Neighbors. And
now we want to take time to say thank you to our grand benefactor level sponsors. These include Cornerstone Bank, a long-term partner of ours, and one of our newest board members, Mark Have, has joined our board of directors. West Monroe Partners and Lorenzo DeLeon are another long-term sponsor of ours. And finally, the TAP Foundation, another returning grand benefactor sponsor. Thank you so much. Now that you've had a chance to get all set up on GiveSmart, a quick overview on what's available. We have wine pull bottles. All bottles are rated at 90 points or higher. We have a wide variety of great auction packages, including some unique virtual experiences. For pickup information, alcohol packages are only available to local guests 21 and older within a 10-mile radius of Palatine, as Journeys is not able to ship wine or other alcoholic beverages. Purchased alcohol will either need to be picked up at Journeys or arrangements can be made to have it dropped off at your local location. Pickup times and dates are as follows. On Wednesday, November 18th and Thursday, November 19th between 4:30 and 7 p.m. or Saturday, November 21st between 10 and noon. If these dates don't work, you can contact us to make other arrangements. Our next video is from Stephanie Van Kampen about why she supports Journeys.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Van Kampen, the current president of Journeys The Road Home's Young Professionals Board. Serving the community has been an important part of my life for many years, so when I first moved to this area 4 years ago, I knew I wanted to find a local nonprofit to support. A simple Google search brought me to Journeys' website, and they really stood out to me as an incredibly experienced organization with a strong mission. I was impressed at the vast service area they cover and that they're coordinating with over 20 faith-based shelter sites across that service area to help clients in need. Journeys is also admirable in that they don't only serve those that are homeless, but also those who are at risk of becoming homeless, aiming not only to solve, but to prevent homelessness. Joining the Journeys community as a pad site volunteer and a member of the Young Professionals Board has been one of the best, most rewarding decisions I've ever made. This is an organization that truly cares about its clients, staff, and volunteers, and has done so much to improve the lives of others and our community as a whole. I want to thank each of you for your support of Journeys the Road Home. You are truly making a difference, and I can't wait to see what more we as a Journeys community can accomplish. Hi,
Everyone, my name is Todd Stahl. I don't hear her. I can't hear her, so I don't know.
Hi. We're having lots of technical difficulties right now. So what we wanted to say was another thank you to our sponsors of Napleton Schaumburg Subaru, James and Helen Wagner, and John Papadilla. Now we want to have another auction highlight for some of the items you can find on our GiveSmart website. The auction is going to be open until Sunday at 6, and event tickets can be purchased at any time until then on our website if you haven't purchased one already. One of the special items is a Ryan Sandberg signed jersey. It's a size large, and it has his signature along with his Hall of Fame year he was inducted. We also have a virtual Mexican cooking lesson, which we teach you how to create a number of Mexican style menus, as well as a virtual Broadway cast experience. This will connect you with a number of Broadway cast members who either can coach you, give you advice, or other choreography items. We also have 2 tickets to the 2021 Indy 500. They are on the Northwest Vista, and so hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll be able to see the grand Indy 500 live and in person. This year has brought unprecedented challenges to all of us. I'm so pleased to share this next presentation with you from Todd Stahl, our clinical director.
Hi everyone, my name is Todd Stahl and I am the clinical director at Journeys. My job is to lead all of the services that Journeys provides to our neighbors who need it most. It has been my pleasure to be part of a fantastic team at Journeys for over 15 years. I have had the privilege to work directly with people who need help the most. Since last year's Bid for Hope, the world has been changing fast. In a time of unprecedented challenges, Journeys has been a rock. The reason we have been able to stay stable and productive is because of the legion of supporters that surround us. Our greatest asset has always been the people we serve and the people who do the serving. Despite the challenges of this last year, challenges that I'm sure we're all familiar with because we've been living them, Journeys has continued to do stellar work. I want to take time to highlight some of the superb work that staff, volunteers, clients, and our other supporters have engaged in. Last January, when we started hearing reports of a pandemic spreading in China, the leadership of Journeys started putting together contingency plans for the different ways the pandemic might play out. One of our most critical decisions was to work with Heartland Health Outreach's nurse practitioner, Mary Tornabene, on how to best protect staff, volunteers, and clients, and continue to provide excellent healthcare services to those most vulnerable. We could not have asked for a better partner than Heartland, or a more committed person than Mary, who also happens to be a PADS volunteer, a site leader, and has been a part of the Journeys family for 20 years, and has been one of my favorite people to work with since I've been at Journeys. So when our shelters determined that they needed to temporarily close to protect volunteers at high risk for serious complications, we were prepared. As we faced this crisis together as a Journeys family, an amazing thing happened. We pulled together. In close consultation with PAD sites and volunteers, we completely rebuilt our service delivery model in just 2 weeks. I can speak for everyone at Journeys that we have never been prouder of our staff, volunteers, and community than during this time. We will forever be grateful to our volunteers who extended us patience and grace as we figured out new safety protocols on the fly and invested time on how to brainstorm to stay open. When it became very clear that there was no safe way to continue our services as it was, we moved all of our clients from the shelters into the hotels to reduce their exposure to COVID. Because of some Herculean fundraising efforts and community partners like the Viatorians, we were able to secure donations to pay for those hotel rooms. Because of these aggressive moves to protect clients, we have had just 2 mild cases of COVID diagnosed during this entire pandemic within our client population. And that's pretty extraordinary. I cannot overstate how proud I am personally that Journeys was one of the first agencies in the nation to make the decision to move our clients into hotels. In fact, the city of Chicago modeled their program in part on us. Over the last year, we have also switched to an appointment model for clients and limited how many clients could be in the building. We require all persons in the building to be masked up continually. And we've started providing some services like food pantry outside where we can load up cars. And as we shifted much of our counseling and case management over the phone, while these changes might sound simple on paper, they required a lot of preparation and communication. Many of our volunteers have returned to the Hope Center at this point, masked up, and they've made it possible for us to continue our excellent work. Since March, we've been housing an average of 90 clients per month in the hotels, and we've been also seeing around 150 clients in the Hope Center proper. We have not once closed during this entire pandemic, and through an amazing meal delivery program, which was designed by staff and executed with the generous assistance of hundreds of volunteers, we have served around 60,000 meals to clients at the hotels, which is an incredible number when you really stop and think about it. We've also at least tripled the amount of food pantry that we've given out to clients. So because of this amazing support that we've received from volunteers and the community, Journeys has been able to help those most in need during the most chaotic time we've probably seen during our lives. We continue to do so much. We continue to complete housing applications each week. We continue to place people into permanent housing each week. We continue to help clients get jobs each week. And we've continued to deepen partnerships with supporters such as the Viatorians, faith community sites, and new volunteers and donors. These volunteers and donors have told us that it's been during this most challenging time that they feel like their donations of time and money are making the most difference. At the start of this pandemic, the fear of what might happen was at times almost overwhelming. Many months later, it is important to take time to celebrate what we have accomplished and how far we have come. Journeys has kept clients healthy and housed and moving forward through all of this. With that said, we do have some challenges on the horizon. Our new service model does cost money. To feed and house 100 people in the hotels, it costs about $20,000 per week. And to pay for the clinical services, to see clients in the office and by phone, it costs about another $5,000 per week. The work of our 6 clinical professionals has become even more important as we help clients solve every problem imaginable that they bring to us. This is why the continued support of donors and volunteers is so critical right now. And with the announcement this week of an apparently very effective vaccine, which I'm super excited about, we can see the finish line. We still need to make it through the winter and at least a large portion of the next year before we stomp this pandemic out. But we can and will do it, and we will do it together. This last year has been one of intense ups and downs. We've had many successes despite the pandemic. Perhaps the greatest lesson the last year has taught Journeys is that when our volunteers and community supporters all come together, nothing will stop us from stabilizing our clients' lives. Thank you for listening and for being a part of the Journeys family, and I hope to see all of you again soon.
Thanks, Todd. As you can imagine, it's been a very difficult year for Journeys, but we've met all of your challenges because of your support. Now we want to talk about Fundacause. At every Bid for Hope, we have a Fundacause where we highlight how different levels of support can provide much needed resources for clients. This year is no different, except perhaps for the vigorous applause that occurs as people raise their bid paddles at every level. So as you choose a Fundacause level to support, maybe ask those in your household to give you a little cheer and a round of applause. We'll start you off. Our first level is the $100 level. That is for transportation vouchers for 1 month. This can be gas cards, public transportation tickets, maybe taxi vouchers, but access to transportation is crucial for so many basic needs. Getting to a job, medical appointments, and other services is almost impossible in our area without using public transportation or having the resources to buy gas. Transportation vouchers for public transportation or gas cards is truly essential for many of our clients. The next level is the $250 level. This is a welcome home kit for a newly housed family. Welcome home kits are a valuable resource for clients moving into a new home. These kits are packed with a wide variety of essential items, including cleaning supplies and accessories to new pots and pans and dishes, all packed into either a reusable tote or a large laundry basket. Last fiscal year, Journeys successfully transitioned 118 people into housing and prevented another 223 people from losing their homes to eviction or foreclosure. This is due to a combination of advanced case management, augmented mental health services, and a multitude of other supportive efforts and services offered at the Hope Center. Next is the $500 level. This is equal to a 1-month stay for one client in our emergency hotel shelter program. As Todd mentioned, in March of 2020, Journeys was presented with 2 impossible tasks: prevent the spread of the coronavirus while remaining to be the home for those without. To address the need to provide safe shelter and to provide a way for our homeless clients to lessen their chance of being infected by COVID-19, Journeys established the Emergency Hotel Placement Fund to provide hotel stays for clients. Between March 19th and July 31st alone, almost 12,000 nightly hotel stays were provided, which continues to this day. The Emergency Hotel Sheltering Program will continue for the foreseeable future and provide a safe and secure haven for up to 90 people a night. The next level is the $1,000 level. This will feed a family of 4 for 3 months. Over the past year, the need for Journeys food pantry services has grown significantly. In July of this year, 81 families and 93 individuals needed food pantry services compared to last July, when only 21 families and 10 individuals needed assistance. This growth is huge. Clients can receive supplies from the food pantry as needed. By working with the Greater Chicago Food Depository and generous donors, we are able to provide a wide selection of frozen and non-perishable foods. Finally, the last level we have is the $2,500 level, which is equal to a security deposit for 2 market rate apartments. Security deposits can be a high cost hurdle to affordable housing. For low income families, security deposits pose an often ignored but significant barrier to safe, decent, affordable housing. With household budgets stretched thin under the best of circumstances, the added challenge of coming up with a lump sum of hundreds or even thousands of dollars at one time is often more than low-income families can manage. All of these Fundacause levels are available on the GiveSmart site, as well as on the Bid for Help page on the Journeys the Road Home site. Now we're going to have a video from Mandy Smith, one of our case managers, detailing how important the food pantry assistance can be.
The Road Home helps the homeless and near homeless population. We service 37 towns in the north and northwest suburbs of Cook County. But when it comes to food pantry, Journeys will service anyone. Journeys believes that everyone should have a meal on their table and a full belly at the end of the night. We do not turn away anyone for food. Journeys is able to help feed so many people and families with the collaboration of working with GCFD or the Greater Chicago Food Depository, food donation connections, churches, and donors like yourself. Journeys has seen the numbers of individuals and families needing food donations skyrocket. Where we used to serve 10 to 15 individuals a week, we are now serving 10 to 15 individuals a day. The increase of clients and families for food is absolutely astonishing, and it's getting higher almost every day. What you see in front of you is a normal food pantry visit for a family of 4. We give them 3 bags of pantry food and then 3 bags of frozen food. The frozen food usually contains meats, vegetables, and dairy. The pantry is just pantry staples. This will probably last a family of 4 about a week, week and a half. With your support and kindness, you are providing much needed help and services to families and individuals all around the north and northwest suburbs, and we thank you for it.
So those videos and Fundacause levels really give you an impact of what we provide here at Journeys the Road Home, but we only do it with your support. Our last sponsor highlight is the benefactor level. We have 2 benefactor sponsors, the first being First Bank Chicago, as well as our event hosts, Alan and Cindy Stokel. Our next auction highlight will be 3 more items. And just a reminder, the auction will be open until Sunday at 6, and tickets can still be purchased on our website. The first highlighted auction item we have is our virtual Italian cooking lesson. So just as we had the Mexican cooking lesson, we now have an Italian one. Again, this will walk you through all the ways you can cook Italian food with an expert. We also have a round of golf at Rolling Green Country Club. This is also paired with a $25 gift certificate for Peggy Canese. And finally, we have a Scorched Earth brewery basket filled with wonderful samples of their brewery, wonderful glasses, some other fun stuff. They're a local brewery, and as we know, support local. Finally, we want to say, save the date for next year. And thank you for your patience with our little technical issues. Suddenly having to switch our long-term popular event to a virtual event has come with its own challenges. But next year will mark our 25th annual Bid for Hope. And we are so pleased to announce that Al and Cindy Stokel have agreed to once again chair the event. So mark your calendars for November 11th, 2021, when, fingers crossed, we'll be able to gather again in person. We just want to say thank you so much for joining us. This brings us to the end of this year's event. This year has brought challenges and opportunities that were only met because of your generous ongoing support and partnership. And our work is only made possible because of you. We are honored to do by your trust to do the work you want done in your community to help those in need. Good luck to everyone bidding. I hope you get the winning bids. Bidding and raffle tickets will be sold and open until this Sunday, November 15th at 6 p.m. And we'll be sharing the Share the Pot raffle winners on Monday, so be sure to check your email. Thank you again, and good night.